Okay, so this is the official abstract form that all students must use for the Ying Expo and the State Science Fair. We no longer allow students to use the ICF abstract forms because the categories are just so different. So this form must be filled out by the student after they're finished with their experimentation. There's a part up here where they have their project title, their name, the student. It only needs to be the student leader if it's a team, school, city, and state. Category, very, very important. Make sure that the category that's chosen here is the same category that they choose on the entry form. And let's be absolutely positively sure that that's the category they want to be in for the Ying Expo, because it is very, very difficult to change categories once we have assigned judges and assigned students into the categories. Down at the bottom, there are 7 questions that must be answered. And first question, very important, is the project involve human subjects, vertebrate animals, potentially hazardous biological agents, microorganisms, RGNA, or tissues? If any of those boxes are checked, that's a sure sign that that project should have been pre-approved. And if that project was not pre-approved in October or November, then that project probably will not be allowed to compete in the Ying Expo. Number 2 is asking if the abstract describes only procedures performed by the student or the student team and reflects their independent research for this year. That should be a yes. Okay, if it's a no, then someone's got to explain something, because that should be a yes answer. Number 3, that we've worked used equipment in a regulated research institution or industrial setting. If this is a yes, they must have a Form 1C also with their project, with their registration, and that Form 1C should be completed by whoever was in charge at that regulated institution or industrial setting. Number 4, the project is a continuation of research. If that's a yes, the student should have a Form 7, and that Form 7 explains what the student did in the past and what they're doing this year and how the project has been varied. And question number 5, the display board includes non-published photographs, visual depictions of humans other than myself. Okay, so if this is a yes, the student has to have written permission from the adults that are pictured, and I say adults because they may not have any pictures of anybody under the age of 18, regardless of permission, parent permission, or whatever. They can only put pictures of adults, and if they have any pictures of adults, they must have written permission from them. Now they can use published pictures, so they can cut pictures out of magazines and take pictures offline and stuff. If they're published, they can use them, but if they're unpublished, they need permission. It says all photos on the display were taken by researcher, or parent, other. Okay, and it also says citation required on the display. So if there are pictures on the display, photographs, wherever they came from, there must be something on the display that says, all photographs were taken by the student researcher, all photographs taken by the researcher's teacher or parent or whoever. But there has to be something on the front of the backboard, not on the back, on the front, that says who took the pictures. And also, number 7, all charts, graphs, illustrations were produced by the researcher. A citation also required, the same kind of citation as the pictures. There needs to be a citation on the front of the backboard that says who made the graphs, who made the charts, who did the drawings. Finally, student signs this, dates it, and this gets turned in. This all should be typed. This should be typed at the top, And the student really needs to have multiple copies of this because this has to be displayed with their project. It has to either be on the backboard or displayed in a stand on the table or hang in a sheet protector on the front edge of the table. And we get a lot of students show up at the Ing Expo that don't have a copy of this, and we just don't really have the ability to make a lot of copies. So they should have several copies of this. And that's it.